I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm an auntie, I'm a student, I'm an activist. I'm me, I'm human. When I talk about Phoenix, I always talk about it like with a smile because like, it's my home and it's like where I grew up. It's the interaction I have with people here. And so just like sometimes when I walk down the street, I do face those high violence, but it's still home to me.
Well, you know, as a trans woman in Arizona, the times were different. I always knew I was different, but of course back then it wasn't as well known around the world, let alone in rural Arizona. And so I kind of had to wait until college to start coming to terms with this part of myself and beginning my transition.
I think for me it was more difficult, like, come out as a trans woman. Like, my fear was like being discriminated by my family. Every time I walk on the streets, like, I feel fear that something's gonna happen to me, knowing all the stories that, like, all those trans women that they got killed on the streets in the U.S.
Being trans, especially for trans women of color, just being trans and being a woman and being African American and being any race minority, puts you at a greater risk for that because the high numbers of violence that African Americans face and minorities face, and then the high violence that women face, then put it with trans, they intersect, and then your likelihood of facing violence goes up higher.
I don't feel like the justice system out here in Maricopa County in Phoenix or in Arizona is actively out to make my life worse. I think that a cop who might look at a trans woman and wonder if she's a sex worker is just a cop who's doing his job. You know, I don't think we should blame the cop. I think we should blame the situation that leads trans women into sex work.
As a society, we have like these transphobia laws and trans issues that are not being addressed, and so we can blame the police, we can blame the justice system, we can blame the housing, we can blame healthcare, we can blame all those, because all those pieces that fit into a puzzle are at fault. It's not just one, it's all. I always have to be on this extra heightened alert, just like how people sit there and say, oh, be careful at the bar, watch your drinks. I'm the one who's like, I gotta be careful outside walking down the street because they might be reading my name in November on Trans Day of Remembrance.